This is part 6 of What If Naruto at the tenseigan. We left off with Tsunade becoming the 5th Hokage after Naruto manages to defeat her. 1 week later, Naruto, Sasuke, Shikamaru, and Rock Lee are told to come to the Hokage's office. They all meet Tsunade, and she says, "Shikamaru and Lee, from your efforts in the recent Chunin exams, I want you both to become Chunin." Lee and Shikamaru are surprised by this and gladly take the Chunin vest. They then stand and listen to what she says to Naruto and Sasuke. Tsunade turns her gaze to Naruto and Sasuke and then says, "Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Uzumaki, we believe that you aren't fit for Chunin." Sasuke and Naruto's hearts drop, and Lee says, "Lady Tsunade, Naruto and Sasuke are very powerful. Can you please reconsider your decision?" Tsunade then looks at Rock Lee and back to Naruto and Sasuke and says, "As I was saying, we believe you shouldn't become Chunin, and as the 5th Hokage of the Leaf Village, I would like to offer you both the rank of Jonin." Everyone in the room looks at Naruto and Sasuke in complete shock, apart from Tsunade, that is. They both accept their Jonin rank and get the Jonin vests and a bingo book. Naruto, in base in this timeline, is about as strong as Sage Mode Naruto against Pain, and Sasuke is about as strong as his beginning of Shippuden self. We skip to the Sand 4 confronting Sasuke. Sasuke in this timeline is extremely strong, as he tried to keep up with Naruto. Sasuke proceeds to destroy the Sand 4 in their Curse Mark II stages by himself, which causes them to retreat. The reason Sasuke doesn't seek Orochimaru's strength is because he got destroyed by Naruto. Sasuke finds Naruto and tells him about the ninja. Naruto immediately gets ready to head out and tells Sasuke that they are going to go look for them. Naruto and Sasuke then sneak out of the village in search of the Sand 4, and after 3 hours, Naruto and Sasuke finally locate the Sand 4. Naruto and Sasuke appear and Naruto says, "Orochimaru, we can finish what we started." Naruto then looks at Orochimaru with intense bloodlust. Orochimaru, in complete fear, just reverse summons himself and escapes. Naruto has a sickly smile on his face and says, "I guess you four will have to do." Sasuke then tells Naruto to take the two on the right as he takes the two on the left. Sasuke then begins combating Tayuya and Jirobo, whilst Sakon and Ukon, as well as Kidomaru, are fighting Naruto. The two Naruto are fighting are scared of Naruto and try to run away. However, Naruto says, "You won't be getting away," unlike Orochimaru. He then uses Bansho Tenin and grabs their necks and slams them into the ground. Naruto then uses a double Rasengan and slams them into the two, which immediately kills them. Sasuke finishes up his fight as Kimimaro appears with Naruto blitzing towards him and punching him. However, his punch is slightly absorbed by Kimimaru's bones, and it only causes minor damage to Naruto. Naruto then teams up with Sasuke and proceeds to destroy Kimimaru with multiple jutsu and taijutsu techniques. Naruto then uses a giant Rasengan, knocking him unconscious, and Sasuke finishes him off with a Raikiri. Naruto and Sasuke then take away all their bodies back to the leaf, which they give to Tsunade and explain everything that happened. Tsunade is a little angry, but then realizes that they took out some threats to the village. Tsunade will then go get their bodies examined. 1 week later, Jiraiya tells Naruto to come train with him for 3 years. Naruto accepts this and says goodbye to Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi. Sasuke will train with Kakashi and Sakura, will train with Tsunade. This concludes the end of part 1 of Naruto. Going into Shippuden, Naruto returns to the Leaf Village, having learnt perfect Sage Mode, and creating the Rasen Shuriken as well. Jiraiya has also perfected Sage Mode. Kakashi can now use his Mangekyo 5 times a day, and Sasuke awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan on a mission when he thought Kakashi died. Sasuke and Itachi also swapped eyes, unlocking the EMS. Sakura is a decent amount stronger than her canon counterpart, as she gets the 100 healings mark a lot earlier, pushing her to low Kage level. Sasuke has unlocked his full body Susanoo, and Naruto has unlocked KCM1 and can perfectly control his tenseigan chakra mode. 3 more months pass, and word gets out that Jiraiya has died fighting pain, even though he had perfected Sage Mode. Naruto then has his depressed phase, but after Sasuke talks to him, it ignites a flame of determination within Naruto. Naruto then trains for another 2 months, and gets even better at using Sage Mode, and he can absorb a lot more and last the form for longer. Naruto then hears Pain is invading the village, and Kakashi, Sakura, Sasuke, Lee, and Neji are out of the village, as well as Guy. You could say Tenten as well, however, what the fuck is she gonna do against Pain? Naruto returns to the Leaf Village that is being devastated, and Naruto appears in front of Pain in Sage Mode. Tsunade is in front of him and almost out of chakra when one of the Pains rush at her. Then Naruto smashes this Pain into pieces as he gets angry. Tsunade is taken away by a Black Ops member as Naruto begins combating Pain. All teams apart from Kakashi and Guy's team are watching. Naruto gets ready to fight Pain. The Black Ops go over to everyone and tell them not to get involved. And in this timeline, the Diva Path has already managed to recharge itself and can use Almighty Push and Universal Pull again. Naruto then decides to go all out and humiliate Pain for his master. Naruto recharges Sage Mode once again and then stacks KCM on top. This startles Pain a little, however Naruto then stacks Tenseigan Chakra Mode on top of this. The battle went from not will Naruto beat Pain to will Pain survive this beatdown. Naruto proceeds to blitz 2 Pains before the others could even notice. A huge explosion is seen as Shikamaru and Kiba ask Hinata what just happened. Hinata then says Naruto, he defeated 3 Pains already. They look at Hinata with disbelief, and the smoke clears up and they can see for themselves. By this point, Naruto had already created a giant Rasen Shuriken and thrown it at the Animal Path. This easily wipes out the Animal Path. Naruto then rushes at the second last Pain and easily destroys it. Hinata then says to everyone, Naruto has taken out 5 of the Pains, it's now 1 to go. Naruto then rushes at the last Pain and uses Almighty Push. This sends Pain flying back. However, Pain manages to regain balance and uses Almighty Push on Naruto. However, Naruto manages to cancel this out. Naruto then slams a Rasengan towards Pain. However, he uses Almighty Push. Naruto then uses Almighty Push on Pain. However, Pain is able to withstand the attack. Pain then rushes at Naruto and uses Universal Pull. However, Naruto, as he's going forward, creates a Rasengan ready to slam into Pain. However, he then uses Almighty Push and slams Pain into the ground. He then slams a Rasengan into Pain, creating a huge indent in his body. Naruto then uses one final Rasengan to make sure Pain is dead. All of his classmates run towards him, and Naruto picks out one of the rods in Pain and stabs it into himself. Naruto then uses Body Flicker to get to Naruto, Like in the original, Naruto uses his Toku no Jutsu to convince Nagato that he can create true peace. Therefore, all of the villagers get revived. 6 months after this, the hidden leaf is getting fixed, and Naruto has begun becoming friends with the Nine Tails, who has told him his name is Kurama. Kurama has respected Naruto as he has become extremely powerful, maybe more powerful than he is, so he must just lend a hand to Naruto. Kurama has allowed Naruto to tap into KCM2 a few times, and is now around the strength of his Sage of Six Paths mode KCM self. As a team, Sasuke is as strong as himself in the fight against Obito. Then there is a 5 Kage summit being held, and things go a lot different. Zetsu tells the Kage that they have an intruder, and this intruder is Obito, currently known as Madara. He appears and declares war on the shinobi world. This starts the beginning of the Great Ninja War. Naruto's current base form is similar to that of Madara when he was alive, and Sasuke in base is about 60% of Naruto, and 70 when he's enraged. A couple of days later, the Shinobi Alliance is sent to war. Naruto is also sent to war as he can control the Nine Tails now. He fights alongside Gaara and sends his shadow clones to the other battlefields. The fight with the White Zetsu begins, and with a powered up Naruto, he makes quick work of most of them. Then the Kage is summoned, and Gaara fights his father, when Naruto fights the other 3 Kage. Naruto activates Sage mode and says this should be fun. Naruto proceeds to combat the 3 Kage, and they are surprised that Naruto is overwhelming them so easily. Naruto then roundhouse kicks the 3rd Raikage and seals half of the Tsuchikage Mu. He then blitzes the Mizukage and seals him with relative ease. Naruto's Sage mode then runs out, and it's now the 3rd Raikage versus Naruto. Naruto is fighting the 3rd Raikage evenly. However, Naruto then uses a wind style Rasengan and manages to destroy the 3rd Raikage's lightning armor and leaves a giant hole in his chest. The sealing core then seal him, and this leads to Mu summoning Madara. Madara jumps down, and Naruto and Madara have a stare down. Naruto and Madara are almost equal, as Naruto in base has become very powerful. Naruto then creates a Rasen Shuriken and throws it at Madara. However, Madara activates the Rinnegan and absorbs the attack. He then activates his EMS again, and then summons a meteor. Naruto, seeing this, activates his KCM2 with tenseigan chakra mode on top of it, and throws a giant Rasengan at it, obliterating the meteor into dust. Madara claps and says, "So Naruto, what will you do about the 2nd one?" Naruto then flies up to its side and uses a mighty push, sending the meteor into an open plain. Madara then gets his reanimation undone. Naruto later on hears about the Ten Tails and heads straight over. Naruto begins fighting alongside everyone against the Ten Tails and manages to fight Obito, and this time shattering his mask with relative ease. Naruto still meets Minato, and Minato still teleports the Jubi bomb into the ocean. Kakashi and Obito then have their battle again, where Obito throws the fight in order to seal off his heart. He then absorbs the Ten Tails. Meanwhile, Madara beats Hashirama when alive and absorbs his Sage mode. He also gains 1 Rinnegan. Sasuke then arrives to see Naruto in base Sage mode fighting Obito. Sasuke decides to help out Naruto, as Naruto activates the KCM2 avatar, and Sasuke wraps his Susanoo around it, just like in canon. Naruto makes Obito doubt who he is and manages to extract the Ten Tails as well as destroying Obito's staff. Naruto then begins combating the Ten Tails. Madara then hops on top of the Ten Tails and fights all the tailed beasts. And Naruto, being clumsy, manages to get the Nine Tails extracted from him. They then find Minato, and everything goes the same with Black Zetsu, absorbing the Nine Tails. Sasuke also gets stabbed by Madara, and this is when they meet the Sage of Six Paths, who grants them incredible powers. Naruto then receives the other half of the Nine Tails from Obito, and he also gains all the power of the tailed beasts in his consciousness, which allows him to activate Sage of Six Paths mode. Naruto then finds Ten Tails absorbed Madara fighting Might Guy. However, Might Guy is lying on the floor and is about to be finished off. However, just like in canon, Naruto kicks away the truth-seeking orb and punches Madara, almost breaking the God Tree. Madara was then met by a giant lava Rasen Shuriken. This cuts the God Tree in two. However, in the end, Madara absorbs the God Tree and begins fighting Naruto. However, in this timeline, Naruto is actually beating him, as him being in tenseigan chakra mode with KCM2 and Sage of Six Paths mode is extremely overwhelming, and he is arguably 50% stronger than his adult self. Madara then finds Kakashi and takes his Mangekyo Sharingan and finds Obito. He then takes Obito and gets his last Rinnegan. The fight then begins. However, once Madara awakens the Rinne Sharingan, Black Zetsu puts his hand through Madara and proceeds to revive Kaguya. Naruto then fully powers up once again, and Kaguya is revived. Naruto in this timeline is doing the heavy hitting, and Naruto is actually managing to overpower Kaguya, as he is a lot stronger. Naruto and Sasuke manage to seal her away like in canon. However, it's a lot easier. This is when they eventually get back to Earth, and Sasuke then puts all the tailed beasts in a Genjutsu, as he thinks that the shinobi world is corrupt and he doesn't like Naruto's ideals, as he understood where Madara was coming from, apart from he thought that it was slightly different. The Sage of Six Paths sighs as he says that they were bound to have a last conflict. He then wishes luck to them both and leaves. They then stand on top of the stones in the final valley, and then the fight then begins in taijutsu only, and Naruto is heavily outclassing Sasuke. Sasuke then activates his Mangekyo Sharingan and his Rinnegan with Tomoe, and everything evens out. Sasuke punches Naruto into a wall. However, Naruto stands up and uses Universal Pull to pull Sasuke towards him. Naruto then grabs Sasuke and slams him into the ground. Sasuke then activates partial Susanoo and fires several arrows at Naruto. However, Naruto just throws two Rasen Shuriken, cancelling out the attacks. Sasuke then activates Perfect Susanoo and swings down his sword. However, Naruto activates KCM2 Sage of Six Paths mode and catches the sword with his chakra arm. Naruto then throws the Susanoo up and then activates his Kurama avatar. He then stands on Sasuke's Susanoo, activating a tailed beast bomb. However, he stops as he doesn't want to kill Sasuke. Sasuke then takes his opportunity to get Naruto off him. He then flies up and takes all of the chakra of the Biju. Naruto then stacks tenseigan chakra mode on top of this and absorbs all the nature energy he can find. Naruto then uses his combined Rasen Shuriken attack. However, Naruto heavily outclasses Indra's arrow, causing Sasuke to take the brunt of the attack, and Naruto only having a small scratch from the shockwave. Naruto deactivates all of his abilities and has a taijutsu fight with Sasuke. However, due to Sasuke being so much more fatigued, he doesn't put up much of a fight, and Naruto manages to pin him down when he activates Sage of Six Parts mode and uses his truth-seeking orbs to pin Sasuke down. Sasuke then accepts defeat, and through punching each other and having the fight, he begins to understand Naruto's perspective. Naruto then helps Sasuke up, and Sakura finds them as she heals Sasuke, as Naruto isn't too injured. Sasuke and Naruto undo the infinite Tsukiyomi, and in this timeline, they both keep their arms. We now skip to Naruto the last, and everything plays out as in canon, where Tonari kidnaps Hinata, and Naruto ends up finding Tonari. And Tonari immediately shits himself as he sees the tenseigan. Tonari then says, "Those eyes, why do you have them?" Naruto says, "Do you know what these eyes are?" As Naruto still doesn't know what they are called, Tonari then says they must be fake. You can't have the tenseigan. Naruto then replies, I have the tenseigan. I see. Tonari then tells Hinata that he will be back for her. Then everything goes the same as in canon until Hinata gets taken. He still confesses to Hinata, and Tonari still takes her to the moon. Naruto then sulks, and Shikamaru tells him to stop. And then the Hinata retrieval team is assembled, the only difference being Neji is on the team. Neji, strength-wise, is about as strong as the current 6th Gate Lee, due to having extra training instead of, dying. And this is where we'll leave off part 6 of What If Naruto Had the Tenseigan. The next part will be out soon, and I hope you enjoyed this video and consider liking and subscribing.